Katherine Johnson was an American mathematician whose calculations of orbital mechanics as a NASA employee were critical to the success of US crewed spaceflights. Johnson was born in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia in 1918, and she was several grades ahead at school due to her intense curiosity and brilliance with numbers. She graduated college with highest honours in 1937 and then took a job teaching at a black public school in Virginia. In 1939, Johnson and two other men were selected to be the first black students offered spots at the state's flagship school. She then left her teaching job and enrolled in the graduate math program. In 1952, a relative told her about open positions at the all-black West Area Computing section of the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, the Langley Laboratory. Johnson began work at Langley in the summer of 1953, and just 2 weeks in, she was assigned a project in the Maneuver Loads branch of the Flight Research Division, and Johnson's temporary position became permanent. In 1960, she and engineer Ted Skopinski co-authored a report which laid out the equations describing an orbital spaceflight in which the landing position of the spacecraft is specified. It was the first time a woman in the Flight Research Division had received credit as the author of a research report. 1962 was the year in which Johnson did the work that she has become most well known for. NASA were preparing for the orbital mission of John Glenn. However, the astronauts were wary of putting their lives in care of the electronic calculating machines, so they were prone to hiccups and blackouts. As part of the pre-flight checklist, Glenn asked engineers to get the girl to run the same numbers, through the same equations that had been programmed into the computer, but by hand instead, on her desktop mechanical calculating machine. Johnson recalled the astronaut saying, "If she says they're good, then I'm ready to go." Glenn's flight was a success and marked a turning point in the competition between the US and the Soviet Union in space. While working in space exploration, some of her greatest contributions were the calculations that helped sync Project Apollo's lunar module with the Lunar Orbiting Command and Service module. She also worked on the Space Shuttle and the Earth Resources Technology satellite, and authored or co-authored 26 research reports. In 2015, aged 97, President Barack Obama awarded her the Presidential Medal of Freedom, America's highest civilian honour. She died on February the 24th, 2020. NASA Administrator James Bridenstine said, "Our NASA family is sad to learn the news that Katherine Johnson passed away this morning at 101 years old. She was an American hero, and her pioneering legacy will never be forgotten."
One thing many people don't know is Dr. Katherine Johnson agreed to do those calculations under only one condition. And that condition was, she said, that they would permit her to do the calculations to return the crew back to Earth. Now you have to know that Earth and Moon are continuing to move and shifting, so it was a completely different calculation. But she said there was no way she would ever send her crew someplace where she could not return them safely back home.